foghorn had been so loud that it made the hillside shake. No sooner was Percy out of sight when one rock fell, then another, and another. Before long, the track was blocked, and the foghorn was crushed. Not far away, Thomas was happily puffing right on time. "I can't see a thing," said Thomas. And then, before he could even think of anything else, "Bust my buffers!" cried Thomas. "What happened to the foghorn?" "I don't know," said his driver, "but at least nobody's been hurt." "Toby will be coming down the line any minute," said his fireman. "If there's no fog warning," said Thomas, "he'll run into us." "Leave it to me," called a voice from the fog. "It's Cyril," said Thomas. "I hope he's in time." Toby and his coach Henrietta were chuffing along. Toby was looking forward to a well-earned drink at the next station when... "Fog detonators," puffed Toby. "There must be fog ahead," said his driver. "We better slow down." And just around the next bend, with his axle still tingling, Toby was very glad they did. Otherwise, they would have crashed into Thomas's wreck. Soon the tracks were cleared and Thomas was back on the rails. "If it hadn't been for Cyril," said Thomas, "Toby might have had a worse accident than me." "Instead of replacing Cyril with the foghorn," said Sir Topham Hatt, "we'll replace the foghorn with Cyril. You're clearly more reliable." "Thank you, sir," said Cyril. "And thank you," said Toby. "New inventions are all very well," said Thomas. "But they don't make my axles tingle," said Percy.
It was a beautiful day on the Island of Sodor. Donald and Douglas are Scottish twins. They enjoy working on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. But sometimes they long for Scotland, their old home. One day, Sir Topham Hatt called them to the docks. "Lord Callan's castle is finally reopening. There is to be a grand celebration tomorrow. I need you to take the banners, bunting, and bagpipes to the castle. Harvey, you must load them straight away." "Yes, sir," chuffed Harvey. The twins were excited. Going to Lord Callan's castle would be like going home again. Soon, Harvey had finished loading the freight. "Where are you going?" asked Percy. "Lord Callan's castle," Donald proudly announced. "By Castle Loch." "I'm glad I'm not going to Castle Loch," wheezed Percy nervously. "Scared the monster might get you," teased Douglas. "He might," said Donald. "There's no monster." "There is too." "There is not." "Is too." "Is not." "Is too." Lord Cannon's castle is in Misty Valley. Donald and Douglas were determined to get the important goods to the castle in time. They puffed proudly around the loch towards their destination. "There it is!" cried Donald. "We're almost there!" shouted Douglas. But there was trouble ahead. Trees had fallen across the line. Donald and Douglas stopped just in time. Then, suddenly, there was a loud crash. The brake van had been hit by a landslide and come off the rails. They were stuck. "We could take the causeway," said Donald's driver. Douglas's driver knew the causeway was old and rickety. "It's too dangerous," he said. The twins were worried. We'll never get to the castle now, chuffed Donald. I'll call for help. Splendid outfit, sir. Sir Topham Hatt was trying on his present from Lord Callan when he heard the news. Donald and Douglas, trapped by the loch, he said. I'll send help as soon as I can. But the hours passed. It grew dark and cold, and still no help had come. Suddenly, the twins spotted something strange through the mist. What's that? Called Donald. Is it the monster? Cried Douglas. For sure it is, answered Donald. It's not a monster, it's us. It was Harvey and the breakdown crane. Donald and Douglas were relieved. By morning, the lines were clear. Donald and Douglas hurried off to the castle. Lord Callan's workers were waiting to unload the freight cars. Soon, the castle was decorated. The grand opening was a great success. Lord Callan was pleased. A splendid pair of engines. And very useful, added Sir Topham Hatt. Oh, hey, agreed the twins.
In the summertime, the branch line station masters enjoy a friendly competition for the most beautiful station on the island of Sodor. The engines love to help too. One evening, Sir Topham Hatt came to the sheds. I want Percy to collect some flower bushes for Lower Tidmouth Station, he said. They're at Maithwaite. Maithwaite? Percy said. Yes, sir, he added nervously. Percy chuffed anxiously through the thickening fog. He doesn't like traveling to Maithwaite at night. The line passes through a junction next to a spooky old quarry mine. Percy hoped the signal at the junction would be green. He didn't want to stop next to the mine, but the signal was red. He had to stop. Suddenly, he saw something. Bouncing buffers, cried Percy. His driver hadn't seen the old chimney sink into the ground. The signal changed. Percy was so scared, he steamed away as fast as he could. The next day, Percy was telling Donald and Douglas about the disappearing chimney. It's the naughty gnomes, teased Donald. We fat men with big feet, they make strange things happen, said Douglas. It's legend. They steal your wheels and filch your funnels. Percy didn't want to believe them, but he wasn't sure. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for Percy at Dry All Station. I want you to collect some freight cars from the abandoned mine, he said. Yes, sir, Percy answered, but he really didn't want to go there again.